Hey everybody, it's Monica with Mystic Maiden Oracle with another weekly reading. This one is for the week of March 8th. So hopefully you're off to a good start in May. If you're wondering what this is about, these were gifts from, I've had them since I was really little. My grandmother had went on a trip to New Orleans and brought these back. And there's actually another one that I have, but it isn't as sweet and innocent looking, and I feel like it should have come with instructions. And so I'm afraid to use it without further education on this art. But I have had these two on my altar for a really long time, and since the readings have been going in a direction that I felt was in alignment with this, I decided to share them with you and offer you that juju if you'd like it. Who wouldn't want some money and some success? And so these two dolls represent that. So soak it up if you want it, and I will move them out of the way so we can get to our reading. Alrighty. So we'll start with tarot, and I'm being more and more guided to read out of the books, like to channel and then read out of the books to make sure that there's accurate messages coming, or maybe like all of the message, make sure that it comes through. So we'll see. I hope that's okay with you. I hope, if it's not, I guess you won't watch it. Okay, anyway, enough of this. Let's get to it. First, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, love that. So something coming to completion, the wheel, the flower of life, the sacred geometry, things that are in alignment. Look at all the family, the dancing, the fun, generations. There's probably healing that you've been doing. Wisdom. I'm seeing a wise old dog just laying down there, enjoying life, sitting back, relaxing, watching and enjoying. Masculine and feminine on both sides represented, childhood represented, lots of life right there. Okay, let's get some more before we get too far. Justice. Nice. We've had that before too. So this is cool. So the Eye of Horus has been coming up a lot in my reading and my spiritual messages and stuff lately. So I think this is really cool that it just keeps coming up, because it was even in this show I was watching with the Eye of Horus and the blue and the orange and Judgment, and what other show was it that I started watching? I think it's called Moon, whatever it is. It's on the Disney thing. But the guy with I'm horrible with this. The guy with the thing, with the scales on his forearm, and how it weighed out the person based on their soul and what they have done or what they might do even. I remember that was part of it, was people that thought they were good, or the one woman, she thought she was good right in the beginning, and he said, well, you may have been, and it might be something that she was going to do or hadn't done yet. So anyway, reflecting the 11, unity, uniqueness, oneness, new beginnings. What else do we have with that? The light, the shadow, balance, cooperation, the cooperation is kind of like a two thing, but with the one and one next to each other, it's coming through as cooperation. Oh, look, 10 and 11. How did I almost miss that? Okay, so we're getting a little bit chronological here. Oh, and it would be a 1, too. So I'm not wrong about the cooperation. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Page of Swords. I like this with the book, like a new book is being written. She's on this tightrope. So balance just came in, right? Right after that. This is one of those ones I'm going to read because, the swords, I got the challenge part of it, but I always get a little hung up on the words and don't always trust myself. So see, we all have something to learn and work on, and that's my thing. I gotta trust myself. Okay, so anyway, this one, we've got the light side of it is restless energy, curiosity, a thirst for information, learning new things, an apprentice or student, intellectual pursuits, ideas and reasoning, and a messenger. And then the shadow side of it is arrogance, gossip, nervous energy, being all talk and no action, dishonesty. There's lots of action stuff that comes in. So okay. So I learn and expand my consciousness and open up to new opportunities in my life. So being your authentic self is what comes up a lot in all these readings, because, well, quite frankly, that is one of the biggest things that I like to align myself with, and that shows up a lot with my clients and the readings that I do and the sessions that I have with them. And so this channel is kind of set up with that theme in mind too, because as much as I would like to think that this is completely spirit driven, and the messages have nothing to do with me, that's not the case. I am part of this, and so the messages come through me for a reason, because I have the words for it, just like every other channeler does. And if you watch or subscribe to more than one, this. Everybody has their own voice and stuff. And so, excuse me. So, where was I going with that? The themes of the readings being having a new story, new book written, balancing things, new ideas, creativity. This is going to be stuff that has been based on your experience. This is also like everything ending, like I know that that's not a 12 or a 3, but it is something that's in line with what's coming next. So finishing something up, finding the blessings, celebrating it too, not just, honoring in the gratitude, but really celebrating all of the things that you've been through, everything that you've done, appreciating the shadow and the light, and then using it to write your new story, having new inspirations, new ideas, new creative pursuits, you choosing who you want to be and how you want this next book of your life to go. You choosing the characters, you choosing the themes, you choosing who you want to be. That's where the message was. We were talking about being your authentic self, and how that's a theme in all these readings. See, I always get back to it. If you stick around with me long enough, I make it full circle. I do. Somebody said that to me the other day, and she was right. So, oh, wow. Good times, right? Good times. So there we go. Let me get some more here before I get on some other tangent and lose myself and possibly you. It's fine. Come on. All right. Let's get into here. So I'm excited to see if we pull out the Guardians again, because I have been shuffling this deck like you would not believe to try and make sure that it's not me. We know it wasn't, though, because last time they fell out and I shuffled and they came right back. So mountains. Oh, well, here we go again. We had mountains last time. Stand your ground. Oh, look at how cool right there. Like there's both the light and the dark, and it's like they're the same. I mean, you might be thinking duh, because like the underground part, but not duh. Okay, it's significant. Anyway, so stand your ground. Let's get more before we get too far into that. That's definitely in line with speaking your truth, or walking your talk, being an example in your leadership. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. Yep, right after, see all this like familial energy going on there is what I think that's what I'm interpreting as generations and ancestral stuff. And so you being older and wiser like the doggy, you've learned new things, new ways to be. And so you're going to be breaking some of those patterns, but you're also going to be holding on to some of the ones that are helpful and keep you connected and grounded to the things that you want to be connected and grounded to. So knowing your roots and where you came from is important, but breaking cycles is important too. So you're going, if you're not already doing it, you will be, and that'll be part of your new story for sure. Because you are the elder now. You're not the kid anymore. You're growing up. You've got a lot of wisdom under your belt now. So it's up to you what you do with it. Okay. The Knight. Be brave and honest. The Knight came up not that long ago in the reading. That was the title of the reading, was Be Brave and Honest. So there you go. It's being reaffirmed to keep being true, keep your integrity intact, your morals, your values, your virtues, all those things that are sacred that, are really valuable, that we give away and let be taken from us sometimes. So it's important to protect those things. A lot of people are way more concerned with protecting their property and their cars and their stuff. And really, the stuff isn't what makes you who you are. It's the things that are inside, like the morals and the integrity and things like that. So make sure that you are in alignment with what is to be protected, and what's important to you. Okay, what next? I thought this deck would be interesting to see what kind of energies to connect with. We'll see what comes out. But it's the Divination of the Ancients Oracle, and it's supposed to connect with like the lost arts and modalities, and some of them in there, we know of, especially like tarot and palm reading. But let's just see. Black Cat, good luck. Ooh, didn't something just come out? Was that in the page one about good luck? Or did I make that one up too? Anyway, there's been a theme of good luck going on. So anyway, that's great. There's superstitions that go along with that too, with black cats. So this is also a message I feel about your perspective on things. And so a lot of people might see the black cat and think that it's bad luck, but in this instance, we're being guided to shift, encourage that you shift your perspective and see it as good omens, and keep your thinking in that direction. Keep it aligned with a higher frequency and try and keep any fear or doubt or worry out of it. And just know that no matter what it is, it's for your highest and best good. Like, for example, I found a bee outside yesterday on my barbecue when I went out to use it, and it was dead. And so I looked up the meaning of a dead bee, and it was kind of negative. Like, it wasn't neutral. It was like saying it was a sign of a warning or something. And I was like, okay, because that's real. Maybe I did need a warning. But then I just looked up what a regular bee meant, and it was definitely different. So it's all about what you choose to buy into and where you want to put your energy and attention. So don't forget that. And remember, you're older and wiser now. And so maybe part of your ancestral patterns had a lot to do with superstitions or curses or things like that. And those can be reversed and replaced. And so even if you don't think you believe it, in it, or that it has no bearing, somebody in your family, in your history might have, and so maybe it's just part of it. So anyway, we're not buying into the negative, bad omen part of it. We are looking at it in a good way. And so if you see any black cats or really any other animals, insects, whatever it is, pay attention to it and see what it means. See why they came to visit you, because they did it for a reason. So don't ignore their company, and if they come close enough, be a gracious host or hostess. Oh, we've gotten this one before, and that's the one I don't know. Fragmented. Shagai. I don't know how to say it right, but so I remember this having something to do with like pieces of your soul and finding them and being part of a bigger picture and collecting all the pieces, and like artifacts and things like that. So that's on top of the elders. So it goes along with like ancient wisdom, things that have been passed down. Let's see what the book says here. So this one says the situation is healed. Time to pick up the pieces and move on. Quit playing the victim. Don't be ruled by your emotions. Focus on a positive outcome. Focus on a positive outcome. Excuse me. Give yourself time and permission to heal and grieve. Happiness awaits. Says that this is still common in Mongolia and throughout Central Asia where it originated. Shagai refers to the collection of small knuckle bones of sheep, goats, and in some cases wolves, which are thrown on the ground. The pattern they form is then divined by a bone thrower who is gifted in their interpretation. By seeing how the bones fall, the diviner can settle arguments within the tribe. So, and listen for guidance. So yeah, that's kind of like runes, or what else has been used? I don't know because I don't really use it, but I know it's a thing. All right, so picking up the pieces, moving on, writing your new story. Shooting Star, confirmation. That's a pretty card, huh? Well, confirmation. So maybe you've been waiting for a sign or a symbol or some sort of guidance. And maybe it's going to be something in the stars. Maybe it's going to be something, you see it in this reading, or it's going to be your aha moment that, I think I'm boring Charlie on my, let's see. Let's get some numbers for some more clarity. Whatever it is, though, it's a confirmation. I think that there was something in the last reading actually about maybe choosing a path or making a decision, needing more information. So I feel like you've gotten it, and now you can make your choice, or, you've gotten whatever the sign is that you need to move forward, or maybe you've made the choice to make a change, and now that's going to be what transpires next is the next steps to take to start getting the ball rolling on that change. Because remember, there was a 10 there, so something new beginning on the new book side. Okay, we'll get some numbers too. 9, completion, right on top of the 10 one. That's cool. There's our confirmation that it's done. Creativity, writing your own story, the new ideas, the balance, and what you learned. Being able to creatively use your wisdom to help others and to create new habits, beliefs, a new life. 11, you got 2 11s in there. Individuality. There we go. That came up again. And look at all the solid colors. That is awesome. All right. So we have the purple for completion, compassion, forgiveness, humanitarianism. The yellow is for creativity, communication, self-expression, and joy. And the red is for new beginnings, individuality, leadership, and the self. Well, I hope that you think that reading is as cool as I think it is. I actually always think that they're really cool, so I hope that they resonate with you and you get as much of an uplifting feeling out of them as I do. So anyway, tune in next week, please, for your next reading, and I hope that you have great days ahead of you. Talk to you next time. Bye.